My name is Unathi Njokweni-Magida. I'm Head of Transformation and Stakeholder Engagement at Engen Petroleum. So I was not always in transformation. So I have a very colorful background, having studied a Bachelor of Administration, majored in Industrial Psychology. I ended up at Vodacom, where I was in the emerging markets, doing a lot of community services work. And I joined Engen in 2008. At the time, I was providing support to the HR director as the head of OD. There's two things. There's either they're not trying enough. There are quite a lot of black executives. I mean, we've been almost a quarter of a century into the democracy, and obviously you've had like 2 decades of grooming people. So there is a market out there. It may not be sufficient, but if you try enough and you are committed to transform, you'll be able to find the right talent that is suitably qualified and suitably experienced. So I see a huge opportunity of integrating women into the retail space. We're currently sitting at about 10% at the moment. Of course, the retail model doesn't churn as quick as others because we've got like 5, 10, 15-year contracts. And again, it goes back to your transformation strategy. Are you going to cut off existing contracts, or you're going to introduce this change slowly but surely? So we are using every opportunity that we get where we find suitably qualified people again, because again, if you want to drive transformation, it has to have integrity, it has to be meaningful, and then it becomes sustainable. So we've got quite a number of interventions that we put in place out there. And for me, the most critical ones are the ones that are supporting, or rather supportive of emerging enterprises. So things like providing the right financing support. So we've just launched about 2 months ago my favorite fund, which is the Engen Convoy Fund. And really that is a fund that is really dedicated for emerging black entrepreneurs or black-owned enterprises, which is really providing the necessary financial support to boost them. Companies can't grow without transformation. We simply cannot grow as a company if we don't embrace everyone. So if companies don't really buy into transformation, they won't be able to grow. It's as simple as that. You're shooting yourself on the foot because number one, no one's going to want to do business with you. Secondly, you're not going to be able to create a value proposition that attracts people across the very board, because people now have become so sophisticated. They look at companies and say, is that a company, is that a brand that I would like to be associated with? What is its ethical conduct? And I mean, if you look at the young generation, the Gen Ys and millennials, they're more concerned about the planet. They're more concerned about fixing the problems of the past. They're more concerned about justice. They're more concerned about the future. So even brands, for them, they talk. There will come a point whereby people are no longer looking for jobs. Companies are looking for people, and how we position yourself as a company determines your growth.